Okay, I'm going to go over test 3. When you're ready, click on the link to test 3. You have 3 hours and 1 attempt in which to complete it. Hit attempt quiz now and start attempt when you're ready. So here it's telling you los artículos personales, what objects do you typically use to get ready in the morning? Label each of the numbered items. Be sure to include the definite article, el or la, in your answer. So you can't just say like makeup, but the makeup. So item 1, of course, is makeup. Item 2 is a comb. Item 3 is shaving cream. Item 4 is a razor, not an electric one, just a regular razor. And item 5 is soap. So you need to say the soap, the razor, the comb, etc. And that's what you'll write here. For las rutinas, what items these people use in the morning. Complete each sentence with an appropriate word from the word bank. Be sure to use each word only once. So read the sentence and decide which word would best complete the sentence. I think what I'm going to do to make it a little easier and to avoid spelling errors is to put an A, B, C, D in front of them. So for example, if you thought that secador would be right for this first one, you would put an A there, okay? Here, I'm going to do this again. I'm also going to put ABC to make it easier and to avoid spelling errors. Can you identify the following parts of daily routine? So these pictures show a person doing something, and you'll need to just match what they're doing to the picture. So, for example, if you think that what he's doing is peinarse, I'll put an A, B, C again. You would put an A right here, okay? Then down here, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'll put an ABC to make it a little bit easier, but you're going to listen to a description of one family's morning routine and decide whether each statement is cierto, falso, or no se menciona. So if this is cierto, based upon what you've heard, you put an A. If it is falso, you'll put a B. And if it's not mentioned at all, you'll put a C, okay? And so you just click on that link and it'll play. Here it says conjugar verbos reflexivos. So here you'll pick the reflexive verb that would best complete the sentence, and then you need to conjugate it correctly. Remember, when it's a reflexive verbs are things that you do to yourself. So you conjugate the verb in the present tense, but then you also have to reflexive pronoun to demonstrate that the person is doing, like if they're combing hair, they're combing their hair and not their sister's hair, or that if they are shaving, that they're shaving their own face and they're not a barber who's shaving someone else's face. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have that reflexive pronoun as well as the conjugated verb, and they should match. And they usually go in front of a conjugated verb and attached to an infinitive. So if you have a situation where you can only have an unconjugated verb and an infinitive, then that reflexive pronoun goes on the end of it. Here, I think, again, I'll put an A, B, C, D scenario. So choose the word that best completes the superlative. So if you think mejor makes the most sense here, you would write an A. Whoops. Where'd it go? Yeah, so you would write an A, okay? If that's what you think best completes the sentence. Here it says complete each sentence with the correct present progressive form of the verb provided. Here you're saying is playing, is washing, is running, etc. So you need to have the correct form of a star and then the present participle of the verb. And remember, if it's reflexive, that reflexive pronoun either goes in front of the conjugated verb, which would be your star, or attached to your present participle, which would be your ando yendo word. Here again, let's see. Rosa and her roommates, Dora and Carla, have been neglecting their chores for a couple of weeks and need to clean their apartment. Complete their conversation with the correct form of the logical verb from the word bank. So you will just take the word from the word bank and fill it in the blank and then conjugate it correctly in the present tense. Here is present progressive again. You're going to take the verb from the word bank, fill it into the blank that would make the most sentence, but remember it's present progressive, so you need to have a form of a star to show who's doing the activity, and then you need to put the verb that you picked from the word bank, turn it into a present participle so that it shows just not who's doing it, but also that they're doing that activity right now. Here it says los quehaceres y los accesorios. Complete each sentence with an appropriate household item or chore. So this is vocabulary. Read the sentences and decide what vocabulary word is being described there and write it in the blank. Here we're making some comparisons. So you've got 3 different living spaces and part of the comparison has been done for you, you fill in what's missing. And when you're done, you'll hit finish attempt. And that is how you would complete test 3.